My name is Harry John Hesketh, aka Hashtag Harry, and I play FIFA for Hashtag United.
Esports is one of the largest growing sources of entertainment throughout the world, with FIFA being the main driving force. Like anything in life, with more interest comes more money and more sponsorships. In 2016, the prize money for FIFA 16 was $115,000, and for FIFA 18, the prize pool was $2.2 million.
It's definitely grown. The prize money's grown exponentially. I worked at the grand final when the FE, it was called the FIWC, and the grand prize was $20,000, and then last year it was $250,000. So,
FIFA is one of the most viewed games within the esports world. Since mid-September 2018, 19 million hours worth of FIFA content has been watched on streaming site Twitch alone. With more than 40 tournaments across the globe to compete in, the competition has never been more fierce. We'll be following Hashtag Harry and his Hashtag United teammates as they compete in the Gfinity Elite Series, a competition that spans across 6 weeks with the winner taking £25,000. They must compete against 4 other teams and finish in the top 3 in order to qualify for the knockout stages.
Let's do it. Let's welcome Hashtag United to the stage on the Xbox. It's Hashtag Ryan and Hashtag Shwari. On Gear Sport, it's Hashtag Dreamer and Hashtag...
Onset mentioned him. You're a big fan as well, Richard. Oh, here's a chance for Hashtag early on. Van Basten outside the boot. A great start for Hashtag.
Good turn from Van Basten.
Van Basten turning again. That's 2. He's on. He's through. Oh, he is. Just pushing off all his men. Pele and Hullet. There's the ball. Van Basten! Hat-trick hero. Here we go. David Trezeguet plays it through. The Spanish man will score. 3 points on the board for Hashtag. And more importantly, a big 4-2 win for the Dave. Corner to come now.
Van Basten, look
Pele
for him.
whips in.
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk! There's the goal! Hashtag will pick up 4 points from week 1.
From studying maths at the University of Liverpool, Harry Hesketh took a major career change into a completely new realm, which at the time had nowhere near the level of fans and exposure it does today.
I was just at uni. This advert appeared on my screen at Twitter at like 4 AM or something, saying, "Are you good at FIFA? You can win this, you can win that." I just thought it was a £2,000 cash prize. I was like, that'll do me for a good month as a student. And then I ended up qualifying the top 10 out of like 4,000 people. The process was, I think, about 4 months long, 8 episodes, and then, short story short, it went down from 10 to me winning it, and then I won a contract, and it was a bit bigger than a £2,000 prize, which I thought it was.
yeah, Hashtag Harry was our first esports signing. He took part in a series called the Game Academy, where we had a load of people apply who were viewers of YouTube content, and we asked if they wanted to be potentially considered to be a pro FIFA player. There was a big competition, there was a series, and Harry actually won it, and we signed him off the back of it. And there was a few doubts about him as a competition winner, if you like, whether he'd be that good, but he's since proved those doubts wrong. I think over the last few years he's made some really good strides, qualified really strong for huge events, and yeah, I'm confident he can kick on.
Modric, turn,
Scoop turn, finish it!
Oh! Injury time! Harry may have clinched it. There it is. There's the final whistle. Harry wins the Spencer FC Game Academy, gets himself a 12-month esports contract, and becomes the first ever signing to Hashtag United. Commiserations to Kieran, but well done to Harry. Welcome to the club.
The biggest change for me was it was almost overnight-ish, because I did everything in steps. Like, most YouTubers would obviously have that slow uphill thing where people start recognising them, etc. But mine was literally just overnight of like winning it, and people would recognise me outside. And then I think I had 150 to 200k subs in like my first week of uploading. So yeah, it was also from like that to that. I never really got the steady uphill thing. So at first it was very weird, but then after about a month it was fine. I was pretty used to it. I think it's more weirder for like when I'm with my family or whatever, and all my friends, and they've known me all my life as this idiot, and then people are just recognising me and asking me for photos and stuff, which is nice, because it's nice to show appreciation for people who allow me to do what I'm doing.
Week 2 of the Gfinity series, and Harry is making his debut. Hashtag will need to take all 6 points to ensure they're in a comfortable position before the upcoming 2-week break.
This side, Harry. This side, Harry. I want to talk to you. You've made it. Oh, look at that. You physically in shape? Because it didn't look like just then. It looks like stumble.
I'm still alive, that's all right for me, I suppose.
Okay, that is good. Now, you bring an air of positivity, as we've just heard there.
Yeah.
Debut in this season. You ready for it? Where have you been? Have you been practicing hard for this?
Do you want the honest answer? Or,
as long as it's broadcastable.
Okay, the first 2v2 game I've ever had was on stage about half an hour ago.
Okay.
And Nordavind are going to give the ball away, and Pelle's going to be able to release Van Basten. He does have Pelle back on his inside, and he's just about going to be able to get away. Bertagueno down the right-hand side. It's just surely going to go in and hashtag level things up. 1-1 with 36 minutes gone. Bertagueno puts it in the bottom right corner.
Fortunately, they couldn't make that possession pay.
What a ball.
Could be a nice ball, but
Pelle, there it is! Top right corner, hashtag
beautiful.
Once again. Just cut them to shreds as soon as they get the opportunity. Nordavind just be it. It's looking like honours even between Nordavind and hashtag in the game on the Xbox, and it is so.
After last week, obviously, we have hashtag Harry coming in as well. He was unavailable last week due to playing in another tournament.
This is going to be last chance saloon for hashtag, but they're not going to get the opportunity. Out to Messi.
Oh, no.
Henry is free in the middle, and that's 2-0. Nordavind survive all the pressure. Hashtag, they've had their opportunity.
Week 2 and Hashtag United take 1 point from the 2 games, with Harry losing his game on the PS4. Harry is slowly becoming a veteran within the FIFA community, as he's been involved in the space for 2.5 years and has watched it grow in front of his eyes.
It's grown ridiculous in them 2.5 years. I think that Spencer had an inkling that it would happen though, because he came in with a team when FIFA weren't really anything. He was getting like $4 grand for the major tournament of the year at Gfinity, which, to be fair to them, they was always involved, always trying to push it, but then obviously EA got involved and the prize pool went from about 20k to 1.3 million in about a month. So I think that was the biggest change, like in that summer, that month. It's not really been a massive consistent boom over 2 years. I feel like it was that period instead.
Yeah, the fact that the Premier League clubs and big European clubs are now entering the esports space can only be good for us. It definitely helps bring legitimacy to the space. It maybe gets a few eyeballs on FIFA that wouldn't normally watch. So yeah, great. They've started the EPL this year, where every single Premier League team will sign both an Xbox player and a PlayStation player to compete in a virtual version of the Premier League. So it's, yeah, all positive steps in the right direction.
Teams like City, like pushing it is obviously massive, as the Premier League's like probably the biggest thing in the world. So yeah, just waiting for that to take off. Yeah, the Champions League's massive. I think that comes hand in hand with the Premier League and things like that though. Like if it was just the Champions League, then I don't see how it would work, but with everything coming together, obviously it'll be massive.
I think it's really important for mainstream football, traditional football, to work alongside esports to, you know, the existing fan base of football is so big. To get them guys interested, particularly the younger generation, into esports, it's really useful. So when clubs like Man City and Roma and West Ham and, you know, loads of clubs now get involved, it's great. They can try and show their audience what they're up to. The traditional fans of those clubs can learn about esports. Likewise, some of the younger fans who may be a little bit disenfranchised with mainstream football, maybe not football fans in the same way the younger fans were 20, 30 years ago, have still got that connection to their club because they're really into their esports or their video games, and they get that link. So I think it's a really useful tool for the clubs, but I think it's really important for esports as well. That being said, I also think it's really important to have, you know, native esports organisations and whatever the hell hashtag is, I don't know what you call us, creator clubs, because there's a place for them all. I think if you just do pro clubs, professional football clubs, then they'll always have other priorities. That's the other thing, is obviously they've got football as their main priority, whereas you've got an esports org, they're there to play esports. So I think there's room for both. I think both can learn from each other.
Because people have become disenfranchised with it, they've kind of stopped watching it, and the younger generation are not watching football matches on the big broadcasters anymore. And hopefully with FIFA, with the E-Premier League, it's a good opportunity to get them young eyeballs back onto real football, onto the best league in the world, which is the Premier League. If you compare the prize money that's on offer this season to previous seasons, I think it's something like 10 times what it was 2 years ago.
Esports been a fan for a while now, obviously not to the extent of some of the professionals and the gamers and stuff.
Obviously it doesn't surprise me that how big it's got in a short space of time, and I won't be surprised in the future when it just kind of controls most people's thoughts when you come to entertainment.
There's a lot more skill in terms of skills being performed, tricks I mean by that, and goals.
No club has been associated with teams in esports world, and it's grown to this extent. So I think it makes sense for the likes of Man City, Roma to affiliate themselves with teams, and they can grow with the sport and the actual concept of esports. So I think it's more important for them and clubs to take part in this rather than the other way around.
In week 5, Hashtag United face Man City Epsilon, who have remained undefeated throughout the entirety of the season.
The pressure the Hashtag put on just comes to nothing in Epsilon. We'll take game number 1.
The man behind the Man City duo has Hashtag come forward.
Hashtag claimed 1 point across the 2 games against a resilient Man City side.
I think my day-to-day life for an esport player is a lot different to every other esport player, especially being at Hashtag as well, because each day is just so different. You've got the weekend leagues, obviously, which is quite a negative because obviously all my friends from school, college, etc., they'll have the weekends free, they'll be working the week, where for me it's pretty much the opposite at the minute. So when they're doing stuff at the weekends, maybe you'd have to miss out sometimes, which is difficult. There's also things like on Tuesdays we have Hashtag training, so it's good to get out and be active, where at most esports clubs you maybe just have a set thing of waking up, playing FIFA for 8 hours, going to sleep, waking up, playing FIFA for 8 hours. So yeah, I definitely couldn't be at a better club for me.
So I'd say one of the biggest problems is creating that balance, or living a balanced life that enables them to compete at the highest level. But yeah, and as well as that, there's a lot more times you'll leave a competition without the trophy, and it's about being able to deal with them setbacks. Sometimes you'll play for 15 hours to try and qualify for an event, and it'll come down to 1 game at the end of the day. On the Sunday, you've given your full weekend to this, and then you end up losing the game through some unlucky header or some own goal, and that's very difficult to take, especially when it's maybe not your fault. It's, I don't want to say the game's fault, but there is a bit of luck involved in FIFA.
I think there's a misconception, especially as most esport players, I'd say 80-90% of esport players, they definitely work longer than the average people. Like, there's literally every single one of my friends through FIFA
Hashtag lose
waking
4-3 on aggregate against the eventual finalist
like
method,
not fit it's a big
meaning they'll
thing,
have
but
to wait until
waking up,
next
they're
season to
playing
win the Gfinity
high
title.
level stress games of FIFA from literally 9 AM until 9 or 10 PM. I've seen a lot of people drop out due to mental health issues and things like that. So it's definitely not as easy as people think, and the stress is definitely higher than most jobs that I could imagine would consider being. I think you've obviously got to take it seriously, but with most things in life, me personally, you just can't really take it too seriously and get yourself too down, but then also you can't get yourself too up for when you do qualify, because then that allows for complacency or just lack of focus. So yeah, it's just about keeping yourself around that middle ground, whether you do horrendous or whether you do excellent. That's the way I look at it.
As we head into the final group stage game, Hashtag must pick up 1 win in order to qualify for the next round.
So a chance here for Hashtag United. We'll take that strike on goal. Will they look for these runs off the board? Take it short. Buchagreno now on that left foot. And oh my word! Kondogbia into Buchagreno, works it around the corner. The ball's going to fall to Van Basten, and Van Basten finds the back of the net.
Hashtag take a 2-0 lead. However, disaster strikes as AS Roma's controller dies and they are playing with only 1 player. Hashtag goal is taken away as a result of this, and the game restarts at 1-0 with only 15 minutes to play. Hashtag draw on the Xbox, meaning the final game of the Gfinity Elite Series is a must-win if they want to qualify for next week's playoffs.
That is beautiful. The ball roll, the finesse shot. Oh, and Van Basten has created something out of
Van
nothing.
Basten's strike seals the win, meaning Hashtag United will be in next week's playoffs.
Have put themselves in a fantastic position.
Adding a title to his resume would make Harry one of the most sought-after players within the esports community, due to his character and brandable personality.
I know that lots of clubs would be interested in signing Harry, being the biggest personality in the FIFA scene.
Other offers and all. It's not what you read any other offers.
Oh God! He's never looked sideways. It's always Hashtag through and through. He wants to be here to build his brand, to build the Hashtag brand, and yeah, he's a hell of a character that's great to have around the club. one of his little quirks he's picked up this season is listening to ABBA while playing his games. He just literally gets a cheesy 90s song on the YouTube and lets the algorithms bounce between cheesy 90s songs, and I often have to step in to skip the 5-second advert. What people may not appreciate is just how good at FIFA he is and how much of a competitor he is.
Yeah, #Harry is a unique character and personality. He's not a traditional esports personality, I'd say. That he's probably a little bit different to a lot of the other guys in this space. That comes with pros and cons. I don't think he would have an issue with me saying that. He's a very good friend of mine, and we've got to know each other very well over the last few years. And I sort of look at him like a little brother. But you know, he's also a professional, and he's paid a wage to do a job, and he's slowly learning that. And he's starting to treat it very professionally, which is important, as do our other players. So yeah, I think he can improve in some parts, as any player can. He's got a load of personality. He's the biggest personality in FIFA, in my opinion. And if he can find the sort of FIFA form to match that, then he'll be unstoppable. Whether he does that is up to him.
After qualifying for the knockout stages last week, #United take on Method in a bid to edge closer to the title and the £25,000 up for grabs. Harry is once again available for this game, so he will be competing on the PS4 leg in this affair.
Yes, let's have a chat with #boys. First of all, tell us, did you win the toss?
We didn't, but that was part of the game plan.
Of course it was. I said with a completely stern face. I love it. Okay, so talk me through it. How's that going to help the game plan?
Well, basically, Venny didn't want the coin toss. I was in his head from second one, and then I knew that we would lose it. So I knew that he wanted to pick Xbox, but because he lost it, because he won the coin toss, he then went PS4, and we wanted PS4 originally. So
you're double bluffing here.
Just give us a trophy.
I don't know if it works that way, but sure.
Them as well. Well, I think if you give a player like Harry the freedom to roam and try and go for those individual skills, try to play it like it's 1v1 at times, he is going to find you goals. He is going to get into those situations where he's going to be able to give you that little bit of oomph that sometimes you need, but he also needs to find that ability to also communicate with his teammate and be able to make sure that actually he's going to be in those positions to get some nice 1-2s on the go, and also try and set up and get some assists on as well.
Well, that's a really, really loose pass there, and Buchagreno is going to find Van Basten! Oh, he's put it in again for #United. He's been their main man this season. As Buchagreno finds another ball here. There is a man through at the back post here. Mane knocks it down, and #United tie things up. What a first leg we're having here.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that we saw, but look at the faces there. They know that they kind of let the side down a little bit by dropping some things, and they were giving.
And now are going to put team press on. You might have seen it in the bottom right-hand corner, which will fatigue their players, but you've got to go for it!
Oh my word, that's a way to get back into it.
#lose 4-3 on aggregate against the eventual finalist Method, meaning they'll have to wait until next season to win the Gfinity title. After a disappointing defeat, we spoke to Harry about the Gfinity Elite Series and how this season had gone.
Yeah, the Gfinity Elite Series went terrible because we didn't win any prize money and we got knocked out. I mean, it's fine for the year because there was no pro points on offer anyway. If you take me qualifying for a FUT Champions Cup and getting grouped, or getting even the semi-final here, I'd take the FUT Champions Cup, so it doesn't mean too much for the year. Ambition is to win FEWC. If I don't do that, be an okay year, but your aim has to be the best, I suppose. At the end of it, probably when I retire, I'd like to think there's a lot more personalities now than when I first joined. So when I retire, I'd like to be someone who maybe propelled FIFA to a mainstream audience, probably to have been the face of that and not just people who are just head down, sat quiet, just playing the game and getting on with life. I'd like it to be a lot more relatable.